Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Dungeon. I'm your host, Lauren Tepper. For anybody who lives down in the Valley Springs area, obviously knows who this girl is. The beautiful face, the lovely complexion, the most athletic, or I shouldn't say one of the most athletic people to come out of Valley Springs, Miss Tara Spaw is here. And her mom, she follows in her mom's beauty. And isn't that nice?
That's sweet. Thank you.
Well, that's very good.
That.
And she's a McDonald, if anybody really wanted to know. I'll spread that. But most of you probably knew who she was. And now she's getting into this athletic form of doing I want to say the latest craze, but doing Zumba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sounds like a video game.
It
Zumba!
Does sound. It's kind of an odd name.
Yeah.
I wondered the same thing myself when I first heard of it.
So let's kind of, we'll step up and lead our way up to what you're doing today. I want to talk about everybody, just to give them a little hint. She is a former Razorback cheerleader. Wasn't that the highlight of your college career?
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it, yeah.
So do you still bleed the red and white?
I do. Yeah,
you go over there
I go to the
every
games
chance
when I
can,
and sometimes I think about sneaking onto the field just for old time's sake, but I know that they would never allow that. So, so I just sit nicely in my seat when I go. But
do you?
I do wish I was down there again. I do miss it.
All right. So we have graduated from college.
Graduated from college. I had a couple of babies and thought, I really want to stay in shape and bounce right back. And so I started getting really serious about workouts and got really interested in all the different things that are out there. And Zumba came along a few years ago. It started kind of in Miami and on the West Coast. And it is a form of Latin dance, kind of aerobic dance workout.
No belly dance in there?
Well, they have belly dances in it. We don't do a whole lot of those, but that is part of it. They do, yeah, they do. And I thought, well, that's fun. That's neat because people are going to really enjoy that because it's not going to really feel like a workout per se. They just feel like they're going to dance and have a good time. And meanwhile, the calories are coming off.
So you had a couple of babies. Let's give a shout out to their kids' names.
Hi, Parker. Hi, Bennett.
Very good.
Parker's 4, Bennett's 2.
You want to say hi to your husband too?
Hi, Logan.
So you'll make him feel like he's being left out here. That's all right. Anyways, so you had a couple kids. Decided, well, I want to stay physically fit. I want to do something different. The days of doing the hoo ha is over and done with. So now we're looking for something different in a yoga or an aerobic type exercise. This is kind of something different.
Right. People, they've done the yoga thing, which is great. That's a great workout also. That's more stretching. But this is something that's a little more cardio, and, it's toning also. And so they really kind of get the whole package through the Zumba, and they really like that. They seem to like it.
The Pilates falls into any of this, or no, or is it a little different?
Pilates is more of a core strengthening thing, and we do some core stuff, but it's not really core focused. So Pilates is a little bit different, but it's equal. I mean, it's also good.
So how did you stumble across this?
I was actually doing other workouts. I was a big runner. I'm still a big runner. I had been teaching another cardio class it's an hour-long, high-impact cardio, and the person who owns the gym that I teach at said, have you ever thought about doing Zumba? And she had heard of it, and I hadn't. This was back when it was new, before it was the big craze. I said, no, what's that? And researched it a little bit and thought, oh, that looks like a lot of fun, and I think people would really enjoy that because nobody wants to really feel like they're working out when they're doing it. And this was something that the ones that weren't so excited to do a high cardio class like I kind of tend to be, I really enjoy that kind of stuff. But there are most of the people out there don't though, and so they really kind of took to the Zumba. I researched it and decided that would be a really fun way to kind of incorporate some exercise into the people that don't really want to exercise.
After you did that, where did you go to see it, or how did you study it to be able to be able to teach it?
Yeah, well, you have to get certified to do it. You have to be a licensed instructor. So they do different workshops, different places, and I just looked it up on their website, Zumba.com, and found there's a place where you can go to be an instructor, and you click that, and it tells you all the different places you can go to get your license. So I did that back in August. I went to Oklahoma City.
Wow.
So, yeah, and joined a lot of other different people that were interested in becoming an instructor, and we all learned together. And they teach you the basic stuff. And the great thing about Zumba is you can kind of add your own your own choreography, your own steps. It doesn't necessarily have to be everything that they give you. They just kind of guide you.
So basically, there are some basic, fundamental foundation type moves that are there, and then you add.
And you can add your own flavor and your own steps, your own music, even.
And so, depending on where you stand in a beginner's class or a intermediate class or an expert's class or whatever, you're able to do the different things.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. And there are some people that like to do the older women, the older generation. That's called Zumba Gold, and that's kind of dialed down a little bit as far as intensity goes, so they can still get the benefits, but they don't feel like they're working too hard.
So what are we doing, the waltz out there? Or are you, I mean, and are you you're rocking to the 80s here or something like that? I mean.
Well, I do. You know what? I do have an 80s song in my
in your mix.
One of my mixes. Yes, most of it's Latin, kind of Latin pop, hip hop. In Spanish. I don't understand half of what they're saying, but it sounds cool and it's got a good beat and everybody likes it. So.
That's interesting. Okay, a little bit about you. You've started. You've been teaching it since. How long has your shop been open here in town?
We started in July at Arkansas Extreme Cheerleading Gym.
Okay.
I've been teaching there since
They've been on
then.
our show, by the way.
They have. I knew that. Yes. Yeah.
So you started there, did a little. How many do you have today doing it? I've heard. Let you answer the first question, then I'll tell you what I've heard.
It really picks up in January, everybody with their New Year's resolutions. I had probably 20 to 30 one night. That's the most I've probably had at once. I have about 10 that come consistently each week. And that's enough to make a fun class. I would love to have more, but yeah, I get about 10.
I've heard that if you go to one of the classes, that when you come out of there, you have had a workout. You may not recognize the moves of doing the jumping jacks or the sit-ups or all that, but when you come out of that environment, you feel it if you're not used to that type of workout the next day.
Oh, definitely. And that's what I love to hear, because I feel like I've done my job. If they talk to me the next day, they write on my Facebook wall, "Oh my goodness, I was so sore when I got out of bed this morning." Which, I hate to inflict pain, but it just means that they're doing something good for themselves.
And they're working some muscles that they probably hadn't used in a while.
Absolutely.
Tell me about a beginner's class, how that works.
Well, it's all one class.
Is it? Okay.
I get people that come in new every week, every month I get several new ones. And I kind of just try to take the time to go over the basic steps with them. If I have a dance that I have written into my mix that night, that needs some explaining, I'll take a couple of minutes at the beginning of it to kind of just go over it a little bit. I try not to take too much time out, because that's our time to really be doing it. And sometimes it's just easier for them to watch and just pick up on it. So I've had some that come every week that have been coming since I started in July. And then I have some that, come new all the time that just kind of pick it up. But it hasn't really seemed to be a problem. They seem to get it pretty easily.
If you have any rhythm at all.
Right, yeah. It takes a little. But you know what? Everybody that comes says, "Oh, I have no rhythm. I'm not going to be able to do this." And they surprise themselves. They actually do a good job.
Okay, break down male, women.
I've had a couple of men that have tried it out, but it's usually the women that like to stick with it. They're the ones that like to dance usually.
Well, there's the word. It's the dance. I mean, a guy like me got there.
But men are welcome to come. They're welcome to join us.
Yeah, so. They may be intimidated.
They might be. Yeah, I know my husband probably would never come to the Zumba class just because he feels like I'm the one in the relationship that has the rhythm and not him. So he would probably not come, but I have had a couple of men try it out, yeah.
That would be interesting. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the Zumba, and we'll see what kind of subjects we can get onto about this. And if you're interested in a workout, I'm sure she'll be willing to tell you where you can go to have one and try it if you like it. Maybe you'll do it more than once. We'll be right back.